We're going to get started with the NBA, specifically preseason basketball that tipped off this weekend. But yesterday was particularly special because we were all witnesses to history. It happened at the start of the second quarter when Bronny, LeBron's son, checked into the game and joined his father. This marked the first time in history that a father and son played together in an NBA game.
Did you see what just happened in the NBA? LeBron James and his son Bronny played together. That's right, a father and son on the same court. It's never happened before in the NBA.
Here's what LeBron had to say after the game.
The moment Bronny's on the court with you, how did it feel as a father and as a player?
Not real. Still kind of get a little bit used to it, but for the both of us and especially for our family. For a father, I mean, it means everything. I mean for someone who didn't have that, growing up, to be able to have that influence on your kids.
But some people are hating on it. Why? Let's talk about what Stephen A. Smith had to say about this historic moment. The arena was electric when Bronny checked into the game during the second quarter. Fans were on their feet, cameras were flashing, and history was being made right before our eyes. Can you imagine the energy in that place? It was insane. LeBron couldn't hold back his emotions. He said playing with his son was surreal and meant everything to him as a father. But you know what's crazy? He didn't stop there. LeBron had more to say, but we'll get to that later. Now, you'd think everyone would be celebrating this amazing moment, right?
That a father could ever hope for or wish for, so it's pretty cool. We kind of stood next to each other. I kind of looked at him and it was just like the Matrix or something. Have the influence on your son, to be able to have moments with your son. And then ultimately, to be able to work with your son, I think that's one of the greatest things.
Well, not so fast. Some people are actually hating on it. Why would anyone have a problem with this? Let's find out what's got them so upset. You'd think a father-son duo in the NBA would be universally celebrated. But nope, critics are coming out of the woodwork, claiming Bronny's spot on the Lakers is a sham. What's got them so riled up? It's like a storm hit the basketball world.
I want to say this because it's important to point this out, okay? I will be critical of LeBron James when it's called upon. He is not the GOAT in my estimation. It will always be Michael Jordan. Now here's the deal. I've noticed, I'm sure y'all have noticed, that many people have been critical of the fact that Bronny is on the team to begin with. But guess what? I'm not one of them.
On one side, we've got this amazing moment with LeBron and Bronny making history. On the other, we've got people losing their minds, saying Bronny doesn't deserve to be there. Can you believe it? These critics are fired up, saying Bronny's only on the Lakers because of his last name. They're throwing around words like nepotism and questioning if he's really NBA ready. It's like they forgot how hard Bronny's worked to get here.
When compared to him, I have LeBron at number 2. That's number 1. But it doesn't negate the fact that this is one of the greatest players to have ever played the game of basketball. He is on the Mount Rushmore.
But here's where it gets tricky. Some folks are asking tough questions. Is Bronny really there because of his skills or just because he's LeBron's son? It's not an easy question to answer, right? I mean, Bronny's got game, no doubt, but would he be on the Lakers if his dad wasn't, LeBron James? This whole debate is heating up fast. You've got people on both sides going at it. Some say Bronny needs to prove himself, earn his spot like everyone else. Others are like, hey, the kid's got talent and his dad's LeBron James. Of course he's gonna get a shot. Now you know who's not staying quiet about all this. Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, that's Stephen A. Smith, the man who never holds back his opinions. He's got some words for the haters, and let me tell you, he's not pulling any punches. Stephen A. is fired up about this whole situation. He's defending Bronny and LeBron like a mama bear protects her cubs. But what exactly did he say? What's his take on all this drama? Stephen A. Smith just flipped the script on the whole Bronny debate. He's not just defending the kid's skills, he's calling out the entire system. But does his argument hold water? When Stephen A. Smith speaks, everyone listens. And this time, he's not holding back. He's defending Bronny James like a lion protects its cub.
And on top of it all, what he has done for the game is immeasurable. And my appreciation for LeBron James and our appreciation collectively as basketball fans should always be, as he would state, surreal.
But why is he so fired up? Smith's got a message for the haters. Chill the hell out. Stop hating. He's not mincing words here. He's saying LeBron James has earned the right to have his son on the team. Can you believe that? It's like he's telling the whole world to back off. But here's where it gets real. Smith's not just talking about Bronny's skills. He's calling out the entire system. He's saying, if you're going to talk about nepotism, let's talk about coaches. Let's talk about executive. Whoa. He's pointing out that this kind of thing happens all the time in sports. It's not just about Bronny. And get this, Smith's respect for LeBron is off the chart. He's talking about LeBron like he's basketball royalty. He even said LeBron's on the Mount Rushmore of basketball. That's huge. It's like he's saying, Look, this isn't just any player we're talking about. This is LeBron James. Smith's not stopping there. He's bringing up some big numbers. Did you know LeBron's departure from Cleveland once cost the local economy $1 billion? That's insane. It's like Smith is saying, this guy's not just a player, he's a whole economy. But here's where it gets interesting. Smith's asking, what if other great players had sons in the NBA? He's talking about guys like Steph Curry. Would we be having the same conversation? It's like he's challenging us to think bigger. Is Stephen A. Smith right? Or is he just caught up in the hype? It's a tough question. On one hand, he's making some solid points. LeBron's impact on the game is undeniable. And nepotism in sport, yeah, it's a thing. But on the other hand, is it fair to other players who've worked just as hard? What about the guys who didn't have a famous dad to help them get a foot in the door? It's not an easy debate. One thing's for sure, Stephen A. Smith isn't backing down. He's standing up for LeBron and Bronny, and he's challenging the whole system while he's at it. It's like he's saying, if you're going to criticize this, you better be ready to criticize everything else too. You know how they say follow the money? Well, in the NBA, all roads lead to LeBron, and we're talking billions with a B. Is this why the league seems to bend over backward for King James? Let's break it down. LeBron James isn't just a player, he's a whole economy. The NBA just locked in a $76 billion deal with networks over 11 years. That's more money than some countries make. And guess who played a big part in making that happen? Yep, LeBron James. Think about it. LeBron's not just scoring points on the court. He's scoring major deals for the entire league. That's why Stephen A. Smith is saying LeBron's earned the right to play with his son. It's not just about family. It's about respect for what LeBron's done for the game. Smith put it this way. He has earned our respect, our reverence, our deference. That's some big talk. But when you look at the numbers, it starts to make sense. LeBron's not just a player. He's a game changer for the whole league. But here's where it gets really wild. The Golden State Warriors, one of the best teams in the league, had a chance to draft Bronny James. They had the 52nd overall pick, but they didn't take him. Why? Out of respect for LeBron James. Can you believe that? A whole team making decisions based on what LeBron might think or want. It's like LeBron's got the whole league wrapped around his finger. But is that a bad thing? I mean, the guy's brought in billions of dollars. He's made the NBA more popular than ever, and now he wants to play with his son. Is that really so wrong? Think about it. If you had the power to change an entire sport, wouldn't you want to use some of that influence to do something special with your kid? It's not like Bronny doesn't have skills. He's been working hard his whole life. But having LeBron as a dad, that's like having a cheat code for the NBA. So maybe we need to look at this whole situation differently. It's not just about Bronny getting a spot on the team. It's about LeBron's massive impact on the entire league. When one player can influence billion-dollar deals and team decisions, maybe playing with his son isn't such a big ask after all. All right, let's wrap this up. Stephen A. Smith just threw down the gauntlet, defending Bronny James like a champ. He's telling everyone to chill out and give the kid a chance. I mean, come on. It's not every day you see a father and son making history in the NBA. But here's the thing. This isn't just about Bronny and LeBron. It's about the future of basketball. It's about how one player's legacy can shape the next generation. Think about it. If you were LeBron, wouldn't you want to play with your kid? Wouldn't you use your influence to make that happen? This whole situation is making us rethink what's possible in the NBA. It's not just about skills anymore. It's about legacy, influence, and family. So, what do you think? Is this good for basketball, or is it crossing a line? Let us know in the comments.